Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. And I put my green felt out there. Maybe this will be a little better because I want to do a couple of these. And let me pull up my chair. Just remember, y'all. I had somebody share with me. Well, if player goes on a run, banker will get killed. Yeah, if you're going for the chop, or if you're playing banker all the time, player goes on a big run, you get killed. If you're doing player all the time, a banker goes on a run, you get killed. If you're going for the streak and it just chops you to death, you get killed. You can't cover all your bases. That's why I say the best bet in all the world is never to make the first bet. Gambling sucks. And I truly mean it. Now, you can do things to mitigate. The only thing that you can do is create the best strategy that you can, money management wise, and just go for it. That's it. That's all you can do. And me personally, I like following the shoe. And anybody that's ever done my hybrid following the shoe, they have been beat sooner or later. They usually win more than they lose, but they still get beat. Everything gets beat sooner or later, okay? What this little mini series is, if math says banker all the time is the best bet, that's all I'm simulating. I'm not telling you to play it. I'm not telling you it's better. It will avoid the chop. Okay. Streaks happen, but here's the way you have to look at it. If it's choppy, you're going to be okay. If the banker goes on a streak, you're going to be okay. If the player goes on a streak, you're dead. That's sort of the way it works, right? So you can't protect yourself from everything, and that's just the way it is. But either player all the time, banker all the time, or follow the shoe. Really, it's only three ways you can go. Now, you can flat bet it, just everything flat bet, or you can just play the regression up and pull without the ladder. That can make longer, but then again, a couple losses in a win, a couple losses in a win, it, goes choppy like that, it'll bleed you. So, what are you going to do, right? So this little mini series is all about banker all the time. This is what math tells you is the best. I still like following the shoe, but we're going to see how long we can just do banker all the time using the KKG hybrid. That's it. Okay? That's what we're going to try to do. See what happens. All right. I shuffle off camera. Let me get a dice. How many are we going to burn? We're going to burn one. All right. Boink. There we go. And banker all the time. $100 because it's a $50 minimum. You got to give yourself room to regress. Okay. Here we go. All right. Natural 9. All right. Player starts off. We lose. And we go 2 on banker. There's a 0. There's a 6. 6 or 7. He didn't get it. Banker don't have to draw. Therefore, banker wins. Again, you're going to get into a lot of chops. And, a lot of times. You're going to hit those streaks. Well, you got a 50-50 on which one's going to streak. This is not a bad way to play, y'all. Using my hybrid and just sitting on banker. It's just not. Or player even, for that matter. But anyway, we're up 100. And now we're going to go ahead and regress. Because we won. We're in profit, so. All right, 7 versus a 0. He'll stay. he'll lose. All right, good. Okay, we go back to 100. And 2 versus a 0. 2 versus a 0. Banker loses. Go to 2. There's a 2. There's a 1. That's a 9 versus a 7. All right, so there's a couple for the player. There's a 0. There's a 0. There's a 6. There's a 9. All right, so the banker's going to win that one. All right, we'll come down to 2. Four versus a 2. So 4, 5, 6 versus another 9. So Banker, he won 2 in a row. All right. We win there. And remember, I want $300 to $500. That's all. Because of that little win, there's $300. And there you go. I've got my 3. Nope, I'm down. I got to get this 50 back. So let's go ahead and let's do it again. I forgot. There's an 8. There's a 5. That's over. I forgot all about that 50. There's a 5 versus a 6. It's got to be a 6 or 7 or he won't draw. It is a 6. So, in this case, by rule, when he has a 6 and he has to draw, if this is a 6 or 7, he has to draw. This gave him 9, 10, 11. This gave him a 1. You know why the rule makes him do it? I don't know, but it is the rule. And he got a 0. He lost. And he shouldn't have, but he did. That's the rule. That is the rule. Right there. You can check me on it. Okay? So, Banker's going to lose that one. Okay. Six versus a 7. That's over. Banker will win that one. Drop it to 2. Six, 3. He does not draw on a 6, but he will on a 3. It's not the 38 special because he don't have to draw. So there's the 9. So it's been, win a couple, win a couple. It's still choppy, but not the ultra streak, right? So you go like that, bring it back. There's the bankroll. We got to get 50. Let me put this over here. Put this back. And there we go. $450. Not that hard. All right. So let's go 100 in the bank. Let's go 200 in excess. And let's go 100 in fun. Now, when you have a little bitty extra excess like this, I think John is going to do a series on this in a couple weeks. And so I'm not doing the series on it. But what do you do when you're short stacked and you're in excess and you can do something with it? Well, this game, it's a $50 minimum. So you can put 50 on there and try to do an up and pull. But the question is, what do you do when you're in excess and you're short stacked? Okay? You can go find the baccarat machine so you can play at $5 level or what and just play like you're playing now. There's a lot of different things you can try to win money other than what I call the fuck you bet. All right? But I'm going to go ahead and take this money as the fuck you bet because I have to bet 50. It's extra excess. I've done filled all 3 envelopes, so you can feel okay about doing this. And let's just see. There's a 7, there's a 0, and there's a 4. And I lose it, and that's okay. So there you go. That's session number 2 of this stuff. And just listen to what I said in the beginning. But it is not a bad way to play. Okay, there's no perfect way. I'm sorry. And I'm trying to figure out if I was to follow the shoe. They both had a couple little runs, but not long enough that would have hurt either one. I'd have been okay either system. But nonetheless, I'm going to do this a couple more times. After all, I spread out my green felt and all that, so I got to get use of it. And, you know, another thing, too, y'all, baccarat is a great game. And if you don't have it in your repertoire, I suggest that you do so. But anyway, I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Until the next time, be great. See you, bye.